really reflecting on being grateful and thankful. I mean, it's Friday. We made it this far. Another day of work, and the weekend belongs to us. It's yours. It's mine. And now we can do something and focus on ourselves and our own happiness. Yeah. Once again, taking the time out to say thank you. I can't say it enough. Thank you for taking your time to view my videos. Thank you for taking your time to want to subscribe to see more and even liking the video. Yeah. It's really changing the way. I mean, the effort for the channel is going to be there. If you peruse my list of videos already made, the effort, it's been there from day one, and now I feel even more encouraged because I'm getting some comments from some motovloggers that I subscribed to way back when. Memphis Mike being one of them. He's a motovlogger I subscribe to. I watch his videos. I follow that guy. I watch him. I have another gentleman who subscribed to the channel who's a motovlogger, two-wheeled for fun. And yeah, I watch his videos too. Yeah. There's another motovlogger who I watch his videos, Carnell Luckett. Yeah, his videos are down-to-earth videos, and I don't know if he's a subscriber, but I certainly watch his videos. I watch a ton of videos. Yeah. About the GOLDWING. There's a lot of interest in this bike. Technological marvel. And for the record, I'm not sure if you can see it, I'm pointing to it. I got mileage here of 9,557 miles, so I'm coming up on the 10,000 mile marker. And I'm thinking about doing a review, but it can't be the ordinary type of review where I'm standing over the bike with a camera showing you, talking about the specs or showing you the bike. Yeah, you'll get a picture of the bike, but my review is going to be about how this bike makes me feel. Yeah, how it makes me feel, and that's the emotional connection that I have with this motorcycle and the motorcycle connection I've had with all the motorcycles I've owned and ridden. Give you a little background about myself and my motorcycling career, you say, or or motorcycling lifestyle, which basically that's what it is. I've owned a ton of bikes from all different manufacturers. Yeah. I don't want to bore you with the list, but I can give you a very brief idea of what I went through before I got this particular motorcycle. Started out on a Suzuki Intruder 20 plus years ago. It was a 1500 LC, and it was a big bike and probably not the best bike for a beginner. But that's the bike I chose, and I rode it. Now, to give you a little idea about my stature, I'm 6'1", 215 pounds, in fairly decent shape, so the bike didn't intimidate me. And back then, 20-something years ago, I was in my late 20s, or actually my early 30s back then. And I was obviously in better shape back then, so the weight of that bike didn't bother me. So I started out with the Suzuki 1500 LC Intruder, put a couple of miles on that bike, fell in love with an Aprilia Futura, which was a sport touring bike, which is incredibly comfortable, V-twin, powerful, more powerful than I was ready for at that time. I escaped without injury to myself or others, but I had that bike for a bit. Then I fell in love with the BMWs and cruising, so I got a 1200 RC. Rode that for a while. My wife wanted to ride with me, so then I wound up picking up a 1200 LT. Rode that for a spell. Went to a K1200 RS. Rode that for a bit. Fell in love with a sport bike. Got a Boxer Cup BMW bike. Yeah, that was a beautiful paint job on that bike. It was a 2005. Yeah. Then I had a slew of GSAs, which is BMW's Adventure touring bike. I had 2 of those bikes, an ABS and a non-ABS. Went back to the LT when my wife said, Precious Cargo, said I would ride with you if you had a more comfortable bike like you had before. Went back to that bike. She didn't ride with me. Wound up getting a K1200R. Rode that speed demon for a while. Was awarded a performance award on my birthday on that bike. I'll never forget that bike. Stupid fast, that bike. Inline bike. Then, yeah, I fell in love with some Triumphs. Had a few Triumphs. A Thruxton R, a Thunderbird Cruiser. I couldn't get the Cruiser thing out of my blood. Yep. And then, I fell for this Honda. Yeah, it was a CB 1100. Rode that bike for a while. Missed the sport bike. Picked up a VFR brand new 2014. Rode the wheels off of that bike. Had a thing for cruises, so here I am. I went back to the Valkyrie, a 2014 Valkyrie, which didn't offer the wind protection, but had the cruising style I liked. Fell for an adventure bike once again. Went with the VFR 1200X. I don't know if you guys are keeping count, but that's a shit ton of bikes there. And after having that Valkyrie, I kept telling my wife that I'm going to get a Goldwing. I just don't particularly care for the style of the old bikes. I'm going to wait until they come out with something new. I followed Honda for a while, and they came out with my bike, and that's what I'm on now. I'm on my bike. I got my bike. My 2018 Goldwing DCT Tour airbag. I got the flagship model, and I am oh so happy. I am very happy. So this 10,000 mile review I do, it's not going to talk about the specs. We already know what this bike can do. The paces I put it through it, so much better than I could ever be. We're going to talk about how this bike makes me feel. As I roll into the back entrance parking lot at work, I got to tell you how this bike makes me feel. This bike makes me feel great. Makes me feel like doing it all over again. Thanks for coming along for the ride. GP Winging It. Once again, thank you for viewing the videos. What a day. Well, getting out of the office a little bit early today. And must say, a very productive day. Very productive day. So, where were we, YouTubers? Where were we? Okay. Well, we were talking about the bikes I had, and I had ran off a few. What, Suzuki's, Aprilias, BMWs, Triumphs. Yeah. And my favorite one, which is usually the one I'm riding at the moment, is my 2018 Honda Goldwing DCT Tour. Yeah, that's where we were.